Hello, Leo, and welcome to your October 2016 Tarotscope reading with me, Lara. So, Leo, how did you make out in the Mercury retrograde season? I hope everything worked out for you and you were able to utilize the energies to your advantage. I know for me personally, it was a little rocky, and yeah, there were a lot of challenges, but in the end, I was truly grateful for the experience, and it was the very first Mercury retrograde where I felt like I truly did benefit from it. I released a lot and I gained a lot of new knowledge, new energy. So I hope you made out well with that. Today I am going to be using a new deck that I have recently acquired called the Golden Thread Tarot. It is an environmentally friendly deck, and it's made with beautiful gold thread, and it's just beautiful. So I'm going to be using this today. It is, again, called the Golden Thread Tarot Deck. And for the added guidance, I'm going to be using the Vintage Wisdom Oracle deck. I like this deck because it's very romantic feeling, and the messages of the card are very diverse. And it's, it just seems to get right to the point of what I need. So today we're going to go ahead and use this for the added guidance. So, to start off, the first card that I pulled for you was the King of Pentacles in reversed. Now, this card is a card that's very authoritative. It can be domineering and controlling. Generally, somebody who gets this card in reversed generally identifies himself by outer achievements versus things within. And the message with this card is that no matter what happens in your life, your happiness, your successes are not built on one or even a handful of events. It's not, don't let situations and things determine whether or not you are successful or unsuccessful. Things happen for a reason, and don't build yourself up on your outer successes. Yeah, it's great to feel proud of that, but you are so much more than your experiences, your achievements, and this and that. Okay, so in regards to, and another good message about this card, let me throw that out there before I forget, is to cultivate a very positive attitude. Don't just be like, oh my God, I suck because I didn't do good at that event. Like I said, just because you had one poor event or vice versa, it doesn't equate to who you are as a whole. As far as work, an older established male may be playing a major role in your environment. It could be a boss or just somebody, a very powerful coworker. Do your best in this sense in relation to work, that work is not your entire life. It's only a small portion of your life. And that if you're having trouble at work, just know that not everyone can be pleased. So don't waste energy trying to please people that cannot be pleased. And remember that, if things seem rough, it's okay. It's not your entire life. It's not the end of the world. It's really only a very small piece of your life. You have so much more to your life than just work. Not everybody's going to be pleased. As far as relationships go and love and romance, someone you care about may be having a hard time with work-related issues. And it would be a good idea, if this card pops up and this energy comes into play, to just remind them of their value and let them know that, no matter what is going on, that they're okay and that they're special and they hold importance. Their value goes beyond what they do for a living. That is the key point. Your value is so much more than what you are currently experiencing. As far as finances go, this card says to think long range about your finances. Don't identify yourself with setbacks. Again, that comes up. Just because money's tight right now, that doesn't make you a failure or anything like that. It's just life. We hit bumps in the road, and that's okay. Don't identify with that. That's the message of this card for the King of Pentacles in reversed. For the next card that I pulled for you, I pulled the Knight of Pentacles, except this one's upright. This one is about security, control, power, discipline, abundance, messages in regards to money and finance, receiving what you have been waiting on. This card is saying to pay attention to the mundane things that are going on in your life, taking care of little things, little hassles that need attention. Make sure that you pay attention to them and you give them those little pieces attention. You need to also take a more strategic approach to things if you are looking to improve anything. So if you're having setbacks and issues, don't identify with them, but rather come up with a strategy on how to approach and deal with these issues. Okay? So this is saying, we have some crap going on that is not very favorable. Don't take it to heart. Don't let it define who you are, essentially, and come up with a plan on how to deal with it. Don't just sit about it. The little pieces make up the big pieces. Pay attention to the mundane, tiny things. And come up with a strategy, Leo. So the last card that I pulled for you was the Three of Swords. Now, this card is a card of sorrow, has an element of sorrow, but it can also mean having an enhanced understanding. This is about releasing pain, deep emotional issues that need to be addressed, and that you need to feel them and release them. So as you can see, this card looks very scary. It's a heart that's with eyes that are crying and swords in it. Obviously, we're dealing with some sorrows, some pain, some deep emotional things that are going on under the surface that need to be addressed. They cannot be left there, because if they are left unattended, they are just going to grow, and one day it's going to become such a big issue that you can no longer ignore it. It's best to just nip it in the butt now. Okay? Because through the pain and through this sorrow comes understanding, and then essentially joy. When you work through the energy of this card and you say, okay, no more, I don't want to feel this way anymore, I'm going to start working on it. What happens? You put it in the reverse position, the swords are falling out. You're healing those wounds. It's time to start working on that, because like I said, if you let problems go and you don't address it, they just get bigger and bigger and as big as they can get until it's got your attention. It's best to just feel your feelings and release them, because there's no sense in staying stuck, Leo. Okay? So for the added guidance that I pulled for you, I feel is very appropriate, especially for what seems to be going on here is like we have some setbacks and a need to build a strategy on how to deal with things, and we're feeling sorrow and we're having like a sad downcast going on. We need to have faith. We need to have faith that it's going to work out and that all this stuff that's going on right now is going to pass. You got to trust the process and have faith that things are going to work out and that you're going to pull through it. I mean, come on now. You guys are Leos. You're the lion. Face it courageously. Take strategy and have faith that your strength, your willpower, your determination, your ambition is going to pull you through all of the muck and the crap. I have faith in you, Leo, and I know you can do it. So put your efforts towards coming up with a strategy on how to deal with pain, past hurts, and current situations. Pay attention to the little things, because the little things will eventually become the big things. Okay, Leo? I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I truly do hope that you make out well this month. If you enjoyed this reading and would like a paid reading with me, please check out my links in the description box. And as always, like, share, subscribe. Until next time, Leo, I wish you nothing but the best. Big hugs from me to you, and I will see you next month.